I was thinking about the Rays Yankees. Did you watch that game by chance yesterday? Did you see that the Yankees came back and they were down in the eighth, they were down in the ninth, they were down in the 10th, and they won it in the 11th? Do you know how hard that is to do? Think about that. When you are down in the eighth and you come back to win, that's hard enough. Well, you're down in the eighth and you tie it, and then you're down again in the ninth, and then you tie it. That's sort of crazy. Then you're down in the 10th, tie it, and then you win in the 11th. So the total number of teams to do what the Yankees did last night, it's why baseball to me is the best sport there is, because something cool happens all the time. The total number of teams to do what the New York Yankees did last night is zero. The total number of teams to have a shortstop as bad as Anthony Volpe, zero. Volpe made another error. The thing is that if you have a guy who can hit and you need hitting, do you sacrifice defense? Of course you do. But do you sacrifice it to the point that Volpe, where he very well may have the yippers, at some point, if you're going to be saxed or knoblocked, you've got to sit. And there's no way that he's going to be DH. And so the fact that he's still hitting is a positive, but shouldn't be enough that you think that that is a World Series winning infield. It was a pennant winning one, but the errors have gotten out of hand. The defense has gotten out of hand with the Yankees. And Aaron Boone continues to team up with Brian Cashman to let us know that everything's fine here. He said, we got to get over it. We got to get through it. One thing's for certain, he's really, really good out there. But he's not, Aaron. You know that. He's clearly had some struggles, little indecisive on that last throw. I want to talk to you. We can't show the video because Metalark doesn't have that kind of cash. Neither do I. Because to get highlights from MLB, you got to call Noah Guard, and then you got to pay. You got to pay a lot. And we don't want to get demonetized on YouTube because so many of you are watching on YouTube. Thank you. But when you say that a player got indecisive on a throw, I want to explain what that means. Indecisive is when, from an infielder standpoint, you take the ball. Sometimes it manifests as a double pump. That, to me, is not indecision. That is, if you don't have the right grip and you don't feel it right coming out of your hand, you pump once, then you take it back, cock again, and throw it. By that time, the way they've done the distance between home and first and the speed of a ground ball hit, it's so amazing that you have to do it well and perfectly, single pump, and then it's a bang-bang play. It's just how baseball was created, the physics of it. It's incredibly interesting to me. You do a double pump, and all of a sudden, possibly the runner can beat out the throw. Or sometimes you short arm it. That's not indecisive. That's just an error. A short arm is when you take the infield ball and then you throw it and you release it at the wrong time and you bounce it to the first baseman. Now, if you've got Derek Lee or you've got an above average first baseman who is a great Freddie Freeman type, who understands and learns how to swipe a ball, do you know what that's called? What we would call that sort of defensive first baseman? An ES. An ES is called an error saver. Error savers are amazing because on the short hops, if the first baseman doesn't get the short hop, the first baseman doesn't get the error. It's the fielder who threw the ball that short hopped the first baseman. That's who gets the error. And Volpe, who is short arming or missing the first baseman or bouncing it in there, whatever he's doing, and Rice or whoever's playing first can't get to it, guess what happens? He keeps getting errors. What worries me most is that Volpe said, I've never really experienced something like this. I know what I'm capable of. It's obviously frustrating. It's not discouraging. I know the standard I have for myself, Volpe said, and I'll keep pushing myself to prove it to myself every day. Every day's a new day. I love that. It's totally true. Every day the sun will rise. Who knows what the tide could bring? Well, the tide keeps bringing errors. And when you're a GM and you're looking at your team and you're looking at a player who continues to commit errors at a rate that is unacceptable, when you've got players who don't know the damn number of outs the way Austin Wells didn't know in the ninth inning, there's enough going on with the Yankees that Brian Cashman could look at that team and say, add? You're lucky if I get you Slater. That's the best I'm going to do for you. You think I'm going to add? Guys don't deserve add.